let's talk about Ausar Thompson a little bit more in details. Apparently, he had blood clots in his body, and he still ain't cleared to play. He won't. I think what I read, and I did the live the other day, he won't even be cleared to play. He won't even be fully cleared for contact through training camp. So he out for at least the next month, probably longer than that. So, let's talk about it. Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere from Instagram, X, Facebook. Check out my other channels, Goodfella TV, Free Game 89, Donate, all that's there. But that's one of the problems about the Pistons. They ain't been able to establish some continuity because all their young players been injured. That's a fact. Everybody talk about the lack of shooting and all this, and their young players been injured, and that's been the major thing. And they don't have coaches that implement game plans to their strength. They don't have that. So a lot of these coaches don't implement what they do well. They just say go out there, cookie cutter league, and shoot threes. So for the most part, they are going to be, without Ausar Thompson, and that's what we know now as far as who may not make it to training camp and who may. And they know that the Pistons ain't no different from the Pelicans and a lot of other teams. These guys come to the league and they just don't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, but Ausar Thompson was a piece that they was counting on to come in and defend and shoot the ball a lot better. But now when you talk about blood clots, that's very important. That can be life-threatening. Brandon Ingram went through the same thing. So they may not get him back this season. This may force him to retire. I'm just talking about the extremes. So the thing now is like, okay, he was going to be an important piece to what we done, to what we're going to do, and now you don't have him, so you start off on a bad foot again. And if he's going to eventually be an important piece of the starting lineup, if he comes back or when he comes back, how do you implement him? Excuse me. How do you implement him? You have to re-implement him and Cade Cunningham again. So now you got to reshuffle the lineup. You got to ease him in, and like the Pistons just, it might be one of those things that one of these guys may literally take off and be great players down the line in other places, and they'd be like, oh, see, if Detroit would have waited, they could have been great. It might be one of those situations, but, one of the things about it is maybe that's one of the reasons they drafted Ron Hollins. Y'all ever think about that? Maybe that's one of the reasons they drafted Mr. Hollins. That might be the truth. That might be one of the reasons they drafted Ron Hollins. Real talk. So, he can get out there and do some of the same things that Ausar can do, defend, athletic, good with the ball in his hand, can play make, amazing finisher at the rim. So you may see more Ron Hollins, and Ron Hollins may take that opportunity and may not look back. He's one of them dudes that can play all 5 positions in certain lineups. Shit, they said Draymond gonna be the center for the Warriors already. He can play some center. Eventually, he get a little stronger. He can play the 4. He can play the 3. He can handle the rock. So he can play the 1. He can play the 2. So this may open up a door for Ron Hollins to come in there, a great defender in the G League already. It may open up a door for him to come in that he may, take that spot and not look back. And then you start talking about, Jay Knight. We'll talk about him a little bit later. Ivy might get a position there and he may not look back. So to me, it's a prime example. Ivy done grew his hair back. So, Ivy got an opportunity to get in there. And he made some interesting comments and I want to speak on too. About ball handling. I'm going to talk about that. I forgot. I'm going to speak on that. He was talking about, he need the ball a little bit more. Take some pressure off the Cade. They don't understand that. But, this Ausar Thompson thing, It's gonna open up some opportunities for some guys, but it's also gonna open up. It's also, you know, if guys don't take that opportunity and run with it and establish themselves, then it's also gonna create some. It's also going to create some, some issues, because you just not being able to get that continuity, shuffling lineups, doing this, doing that. You know, it's like, My biggest problem with them is injuries, not being able to build the continuity. And even though they're not a great shooting team, okay, that don't mean we're going to keep shooting until we get great at it. No, let's do what we do best. Let's drive it to the rack. Let's kick it. Let's cut. Let's do some things. Get some guys going downhill. Let's get out and run. You know? But that's been the whole thing. The last 3 seasons, Cade Cunningham is all his career. He's been injured. He comes up and says, I had the shin injury since high school. Now that he got it fixed, let's see. Can't count on him. Or Short Thompson is mad iffy with his blood clots. That's a very serious issue. Something that's not to be monitored for the rest of his life. You know, Isaiah Stewart, the longest tenured Piston, is like, he ain't no good. I like that JB said he gonna put him at center, but they just keep trying to key in the door lock that is never gonna unlock the door. They just got a strong personal bond with him. You know? So I think Tobias should fit. Simone, I like the way he fit last year coming from Utah. Hopefully I said his name right. But they got some things schematically and continuity wise that's the issue. Schematically, if they can figure out how to implement their skill set the better way, that'd be a better basketball team. Instead of just shoot three. They go attack the basket. You got a 6'6" point guard. Post the motherfucker up. Post him up. Let him play make with his back to the basket. How about let Ivy handle the ball and get Cade to some catch and shoot situations, off the ball post ups, some curls. Get him moving without the basket. They play dumb basketball. Me and my neighbor was talking about this yesterday. Yeah, we was having this conversation yesterday about the Pistons. You know, they just unwatchable. And from my point of view, they unwatchable because they just, the IQ of the organization is just in the shitter. You know, I look in there and I watch the organization and I watch the game. They just play dumb basketball. I can literally do a better job coaching them than the last 2 coaches that they had. The league right now is just so dumbed down. I won't even disrespect the word watered down. It's so dumbed down, bro. It is very dumbed down. It is very dumbed down. It's just, shoot threes until they start to fall. Like, no. Build your roster to your skill set. Attack. You got a bunch of attackers. You got a bunch of pit bulls. You think you gonna have them knitting and crocheting blankets and shit? Absolutely not. You got some dogs. Let's put them on the kill. They supposed to be hunting. They supposed to be on the hunt. They supposed to be on the hunt. So, yeah, that's one of my biggest issues with the organizations and stuff like that, bro. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. But hopefully, you know, Short Thompson figured that out, though, man. But yeah, that's a tough thing to have. I went through that with a family member, man. So that's serious. That can send you to the upper room. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on you can find me on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313, Facebook, X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.